everyone, welcome back to today's maths lesson. Today is Friday, 12th June 2020. As we have come to the end of the unit of position and direction, we are going to do end of unit quiz. Right, pause the video and please make sure you have your workbook, a pencil, and a colour pencil or a different coloured pen to mark your quiz with. Write the short date at the top of the page, 12.6.20. Once you have finished your work, please send a photo of your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Right, before we start with our quiz, I would like us to recap what we have learned so far. So I'm going to be going through this knowledge organizer because it's got most of the things that we have covered for the last 2 weeks. We had our key vocabulary where we were looking at forwards, backwards, left, right, north, south, east, west, quarter turn, half turn, three-quarter turn, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yesterday we looked at pattern and sequence. There is other form of vocabulary that's not on here that we looked at. Up, down, rotation, which means turn, full or whole turn. There is also a vocabulary that we had looked at in year 1, just reminding ourselves what it is: above, below, in front, behind, in between, which is another word for middle, top and bottom. Looking at these pictures here, describing straight line movement, we looked at forwards and backwards, right and left. To remember what our right and left looks like, we had put our hands up, made the L shape. So the hand that makes the L shape is the left hand, so the other one is the right hand. Compass directions, north, south, east, west. We had come up with a phrase. So we had never eat slimy worms or naughty elephants squirt water, to remember our position of north, east, south and west on a compass. Then we were describing turns, and over here we had looked at, depending on which way the person or the animal is facing, we'll be doing a quarter turn, half turn, a three-quarter turn and full turn or whole turn, either clockwise. Now remembering what clockwise is the turn in the same direction as the hands of a clock. And anti-clockwise, it is the if the turn is in the opposite direction to the hands of a clock. Right, it's time for your quiz. Please try and do the questions on your own, like we would in school when we do our hot task. And it is okay if you get some of the questions wrong, because then I can help you understand it better. Right, please pause the video here and make sure you have your workbook and your pencil and your colouring pencil or different coloured pen, because once we have done this quiz, we're going to mark our work. Right, so the first question, we've got a grid here, and it's saying use the words to complete the sentences. So use above, below, right and left. So we've got the bird, the sheep, the bee and the spider. So the sheep is, so look at where the sheep is and fill in whether it's above, below or right or left of the bird. The bee is to the, is it to above, below, right or left of the bird? The spider is either above, below, right or left of the bee. Once you have done that, what you need to do is draw an egg like this to the left of the sheep. Question number 2. We haven't got a grid anymore, we've got lily pads. Complete the sentences. The ladybird moves Lily pads to the right. The ant moves one lily pad. And then once you have done that, the frog moves 2 lily pads to the left. Draw an X to show where the frog is now. So what you need to do is draw an X to show where the frog is now. Question number 3. Here is an octopus. Tick the image of the octopus after a quarter turn clockwise. So what would it look like after a quarter turn clockwise? Now, as it's done a quarter turn clockwise, what could the octopus do to get back to the start? So you need to tick one. Are we going to make half a turn, quarter turn clockwise, a quarter turn anti-clockwise, or 3/4 turn anti-clockwise? Question number 4. Now this is the last question. What you need to do is draw the next 2 shapes in each pattern. Now I'm going to say the pattern out loudly so you know what 2 shapes to put in next for each pattern. So big triangle, small triangle, big triangle, small triangle, big triangle, and you need 2 more. So you got triangle, circle, upside down triangle, circle, triangle, circle, and you need 2 more. So you got rectangle, a flat rectangle, rectangle, a flat rectangle, and you need 2 more. And we have come to the end of the quiz. And now that you have finished your quiz, here are your answers. Only carry on with the video if you have finished with the quiz so that you can see the answers. So let's look at the answers. Use the words to complete the sentences above, below, right, and left. So the sheep is below the bird. The bee is to the right of the bird. The spider is above the bird. And we had to draw an egg like this to the left of the sheep. So the egg is here. Question number 2. Complete the sentences. The ladybird moves 1, 2, 3 lily pads to the right. The ant moves 1 lily pad up. If you're written up, that's fine. If you're written forward, that's fantastic as well. The frog moves 2 lily pads to the left. Draw an X to show where the frog is now. So we had to do 1, 2. So we had to draw the X there. Right, question number 3. Here is an octopus. Tick the image of the octopus after a quarter turn clockwise. So if it was a quarter turn clockwise, it would have been there. It would have been this one here. But because it was quarter turn clockwise, we were looking at this. Now, what would the octopus do to get back to the origin, to the start? So to get back like this, it had to make a quarter turn anti-clockwise. Right, and the final question, what we had to do is draw the next 2 shapes in each pattern. So we had big triangle, small triangle, big triangle, small triangle, big triangle, small triangle, big triangle. Right, for this one was triangle, circle, upside down triangle, circle. Triangle, circle, upside down triangle, circle. So you had rectangle, flat rectangle, rectangle, flat rectangle, rectangle, flat rectangle. And that's come to the end of the quiz. Once you have finished your quiz, please send a photo of your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. See you on Monday. Bye.